We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. Just like every single day, we are live, guys. It's going to be a great one. Runes are flying. The money printer is flowing. You guys are probably up hundreds of %, man. So congratulations to you guys being early to runes, being early to this dead zone, as a lot of people were calling it. Now we are stronger than any ecosystem in the entire crypto. It was absolutely amazing. So pat yourself on the back for being here, for being early, and to really digging into a lot of things here. And it feels amazing being early. I love that feeling. I love it when everything's dead and we are all buying, and now we're all kind of reaping the benefits of doing that. So we have a great show for you guys today. We got some job openings numbers, which is pretty crazy. We're gonna touch on some stuff with BlackRock. Gary Gensler's talking again. Willie Woo's talking. And we got some charts with the ETF stuff, which is mind blowing. We're about to see a ramping up over there. We're gonna get in some BAMP. BAMP's going nuts. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. The BitBoy public sale. We got a lot going on. Let's just get right to it. And obviously today is Traverse Wednesdays. We're gonna talk security and stuff with Abdul. It's gonna be great. Got to get you guys at least put your safe stuff locked away. Make sure we're not losing anything before this bull market goes absolutely nuts. And that's why we are crazy about security and wild hygiene over here. But without further ado, I'm bringing my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi.
What is up?
First off, we got to talk about the shave, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, so when I did actually accidentally nick my beard, and I was like, it just looks so horrible. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll keep a little bit. And it just looked horrible after a while. I was like, man, you know what? I missed some spots. And it just didn't look good. So I just took it off. So now I hopefully don't look like a 5-year-old boy.
It's a fresh start. I feel it's good. I feel like that's everything here right now in Ordinals, man. It's everything's kind of fresh and
reset.
Stuff like that. Nice reset, exactly. Everything's good with a nice reset. How are you feeling? It's Wednesday, midweek. Runes are flying. Everything's going nuts. Ordinals are back. Everything's going nuts. We're getting to so much today, but how are you feeling about the market, the ecosystem right now?
Yeah, I feel like it's we're in a really good scenario right now, especially with Bitcoin kind of ranging between 70,000 and 71, right? obviously it could take a direction by going up or down, but ranging here to me is more bullish than ranging between like 69 and 70, right? So it's like a step up. So if we do decide to take that tick up and blast through 71, 72, 4, then I think that's whenever we can possibly think about, hey, is this going to be like a new all-time high for the summer, or for the forever? But like the summer's kind of like little mini bull rush, because I don't think it'll continually last throughout the summer. There's gonna be like pullbacks and stuff if this happens. But hey, if we get to 80, 85, that's really bullish for our ecosystem for the summer. We can enjoy that maybe for the rest of June, first part of July, maybe pull back before the fall or something.
Let's just say dog gets listed on Binance. We go from 1 billion to 2 billion within the next 2 weeks. Where do you see runes? Do you think we just fly, or do you think that that kind of hits a wall?
I think safe to say probably 5x from where we are here. If runes does get listed on Binance, but I think the more bullish scenario would be Bitcoin going to 75. Was there some funny comments?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not good.
Ebook was like, y'all gonna be looking like Mr.
Hey.
I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it.
Yeah, that's where my all my successful trades come from, man. Like Mr. Yin always wins, right? He loves me a lot. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. But like I was saying, I love that. I love talking about Mr. Yin in general. I just love that meme. But I will say I need the guy behind the memes to put something like super like dope today out, because I haven't seen him recently. Anyways, bullish case scenario to me, Bitcoin gets to like 76 to 80K. Binance listing after that, bam. And in that case, I feel like 10x would be like probably conservative for the entire runes ecosystem.
I love it. And I'm in that camp, dude. I think we get listed on Binance within the next 6 to 7 days. I think we hit 1 billion today. I think I don't know. I got a feeling, dude. I got this weird feeling. Leonidas is going to do a space today around 4 or 5 o'clock, and it's titled 1 billion. I think, dude, they're going to push this thing. We're so close. We're so close. We just need one more ramp up. And Leonidas came out today, and he said that he knows for a fact that capital companies are buying. The big boys are here, and they're buying dog. I mean, we knew that, right? Because you're not seeing these 50, 70 buys happening from retail investors, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's $7,000 per buy on some of those, right? It's insane.
Yeah. I will say, though, be careful with trading dog go to the moon, because it got listed on Bybit yesterday, and so I'm sure it's probably already added to like Mexi and KuCoin, the places where you can trade a lot. And if it's not, it will be soon.
Mexi yet?
Oh, is it really not?
Yeah, I use Mexi every day. For like, that's my bridge basically, and dog's not over there yet.
Okay, gotcha. Someone said that I think Bybit was one of the biggest, like, what's it called? Was it the biggest aggregator or like being able to work with other platforms for leverage? Is that what they do? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but it was something that like they were a top leading in that part of the industry. But anyways, so I mean, yesterday you saw dog was really hanging around like 900 million to like it got all the way to 950. But when you're trading leverage, guys, you can't go off of the Magic Eden market cap, right? Obviously, you're going to go off of the leverage type of ecosystem market cap and price points and stuff. And Gate.io was the first one, I think, that started that. And then you can coin market cap is very close to that. But yeah, yesterday it dropped all the way to like 86 and 84, I think, is it 0.0084. So just be careful out there. If you're in leverage, this it's the game you play, right? So
yeah. Can you talk about what happened? I know there was an insane candle. It was pretty much the whole time. It went from like 9.4 and it just completely dropped down to like 8.4.
Yeah.
8.4. It was pretty insane. I was wondering if you can like let people know, because guys, like, one thing guys have to understand when you're taking leverage and stuff, you're battle. It's PvP, player versus player. You're really, I mean, technically you're dealing with an exchange as well. So you just got to be very careful playing with leverage. I'm not a leverage guy. I like to gamble. But like when I go to the casino, I go in knowing that whatever I take in there, I might possibly lose. So as long as you go in with that, you're gambling, you're 100%. But at the same time, you can walk out with some big money.
Yeah, and in that exact situation, I have right here. It's stored in my brain too. I was actually going to pick up my cat from the vet, and I had my phone open, and I was looking at dog because dog has been really fun to trade if you have experience. Just being able to I've been pretty successful with it. Just clipping and not being too greedy. Just sniping profit and stuff like that. But like this is an example. Like you sit here at 0.0094, and then it wicked all the way down to 0.00084. That will make someone like literally have to take a step and check their pulse for a second, right? Because when that happens, that's like boop, and you're just like and it literally did happen, I want to say, within like a 15-second to 20-second span. Like it wicked all the way down, and then it slowly came back up. So just be careful. Look, I think if you have the experience and all that stuff, there's definitely opportunities for newer tokens that are bullish and stuff like that. But once they get started added to other leverage platforms and stuff like that, there's definitely more of the game that gets to start. You see a little bit more manipulation on both sides, which it's been a part of leverage forever, right? So it's just it's a part of it. You just got to be aware. So that's pretty much what happened there.
100%. And if you guys are not experienced, use low money, low leverage, put $100 in, keep learning, and just buy spot. You know what I mean? I'm a spot guy. I take some W's, I take some L's, but I know what I'm doing with that. So I just want to, bring that to everyone's attention. But that was pretty crazy because you were telling me at the show yesterday. I was that's insane. Dude.
Yeah, let me show one more thing too.
Yeah, your thing.
So if you guys are using surf.1 to trade, down here it says 100% rebate of Merlin gas fee. So if you're trading on here, take advantage of this, dude. Like I've had moments where I got I think one where I was trading a lot and I let it build up. I got $1,000 back and just refunded for gas. Right. Yeah. So it actually makes the fees not so bad right now. This is not going to last forever, though. It's 100% rebate of Merlin gas fee. So, if you're doing a bunch of little trades like me, trying to just go in and go out and profit, make sure you're taking advantage of that. That's it.
100%. Good. Great call there. Great call. Jumping into our topics here. Job openings fell again in April, hitting lowest levels since February 2021, in a sign of labor market weakening. And this is a big deal because this is what's going to give the Fed the reason to cut this month. I truly believe that they're going to cut 0.25 and take us down from 5.25 down to 5 points interest from bank to bank. That's not from bank to retail. That is from bank to bank. Meaning from the Fed to bank. So when the bank borrows money from the Fed, they borrow it at 5.25%, and that'll drop it down to 5%. Which that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the end for the interest rates. Once they start, they will not stop. It'll be every single time, and I think this is the month it's going to happen. Friday's job numbers and unemployment numbers that are going to come out Friday are a big deal. And if you can see the markets go absolutely insane if bad news happens on Friday, because right now bad news is good news. Any bad economic data that happens from this month is a good thing. I don't want to see anyone lose their jobs. I don't want to see anyone struggling. But at the same time, we just, in order for us to really take the next step of this bull market, we need good economic things to happen. We need rates to drop. We need the Fed to buy up as much bonds and stuff as they possibly can. We need liquidity to really enter the market. And rich people don't use their own money when they're investing. They like to borrow. And if the rates start getting cheaper, they're going to borrow more to invest more. That's how they play. If they can beat that borrowing rate, they win. If they can borrow at 4% and then make 7%, that's a win to them because they're using someone else's money to make money. Yes, they're taking on the risk, but that 3% is free money to them because it's not even their own money. So that is a big deal, and that's how liquidity is going to enter. What do you think about this? What do you think about the jobs? The openings fell.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Fed was waiting for, right? And I know some people that are watching are probably confused, saying, "Okay, if the job openings, go down, that's not a good thing for the economy." But it is in the Fed's eyes because we have hit a certain threshold to where they feel like they can reduce rates, right? And I agree with you. Like, this is the first step. Whenever they start reducing to the major banks, like the distribution, right? And then major banks can kind of trickle that down to their customers, right? I think the biggest problem here is banks are not bringing in revenue, and it's to the point where people are talking about insolvency in American banks, which is scary. I really didn't hear that too much in 2008 and 9. I wasn't as in tune with the economy and the markets then, but people are saying this is worse than then, and so which it says a lot, because the housing crisis is directly related to mortgage loans and rates, right? So but this is good news. I do feel like this is kind of like the election year effects, right? And they're trying to make everything bullish heading into the fall, into the holidays, because that's really when people it gets into their psychology, right?
100%.
If I'm not able to buy presents for my kids this year, or it's hard to do that, you're gonna emotionally connect with that and be upset with your life, and that trickles out, right? But if it's easier this year, and then you're gonna be happier, right? So I think that's really what they're shooting for.
100%. I agree. This is really big. $886 million yesterday of inflows in the Bitcoin ETF. Second biggest day ever. And actually have a really cool chart to kind of show that. Shout out, I think Plan B put this together. But you can kind of see when we first opened down here, this is January 11th. Was the first day, and you can kind of see how we ramped up and then just sat sideways, and then we really had that ramp up. That was when Bitcoin really went from 40 to where we're at now, about 72, and then kind of fell back. This is the range of us just kind of sitting, and you can see it again. We're starting to ramp up. We see this right here. So it's ramp up. I think we see this all over again to a higher extent. See, this was the former largest. I mean, this is the first ever. I mean, the the number one biggest candle, daily candle, and then this is yesterday's. So pretty monstrous between these two. So but you can see the previous week, just a little by little, and then boom,
gracious,
straight up.
I wonder what sparked it.
I just think the banking data that came out yesterday, we talked about it. I think people are really starting to see, like, oh crap, like
and I mean, they're going to be borrowing money from the government. Who's to say they won't start asset funds for their institutions? And what's the best? Well, being most talked about right now, and ETF approval and all that stuff, that they could pour into Bitcoin some of that money, right?
I know,
but we'll see.
Yep.
I mean, there might be stipulations from the Fed and all that stuff, but we'll see when more information comes out.
Yeah. So BlackRock, and Citadel, they're going to be put together in your home state,
I don't like
a new exchange. But do you think BlackRock will use blockchain for this?
I do, man. I feel like getting into the Bitcoin ETF was like the just kind of like one of the major like tells to the everyday person or the everyday crypto person and stuff. And so they've talked about tokenization before. I wonder where in Texas they're planning on doing this. Probably, I imagine probably Austin. A lot of people are moving there.
Yep.
We'll see.
Star City.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Star City?
This is I haven't seen it. No, I do want to go check it out for sure. But this is something that's huge, right? Because like nothing has competed against the New York Stock Exchange before.
Nothing ever.
But
this is
if anybody can do it, exactly. If anybody can do it, it's these two groups. As much as I smell bad stink around both of those institutions, especially the latter. Man, those guys are super. Anyways, so we'll see what happens.
All right, moving on here. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, Gary the Gun, says crypto exchanges are doing things the law would never allow NYSE or traditional exchanges to do. What do you think about that? Can we just say F off Gary at this point, or is what does his words actually mean something?
They don't mean anything because he's not giving clear guidance to this industry that we're in, right? And so there's been plenty of evidence showing that the major builders in the space want clarity, will say they will follow the rules and all these things, but there just hasn't been clarity given to them. It's been a a chess move the entire time, in my opinion. And now they're getting backed up. Their king is getting backed into a corner, right? And so they're about to get checkmated. And I think he's, starting to just make comments, but he's not asserting as much of like a intimidation approach, it seems like, right? Because I think he realizes, hey, this is a battle they're not going to be able to win.
100%. Always get through these last two and get to the Bitcoin price action. Willie Woo says tapping 72 is a fuse that sets the start of a liquidation cascade. $1.5 billion in short positions to be liquidated on the way up to 75. And he has this amazing chart. I love Willie Woo. This chart right here looks phenomenal. So see this up here? He said, once we get into this box up here, we could see a short squeeze up to 75.
Yeah,
just tapping 72. And you said it yesterday, 7145 was your number.
No,
right?
72,400.
72,400. But that is like perfect with this because he said if we get in there.
There's a wick right now.
Yeah, if we get into that 72 handle, guys, we're gonna see all-time highs today. All we got to do is
what was the all-time high? 74?
All-time high is 70. It's like 73.8. I want to say it didn't hit 74.
Okay. Yeah. Like I was saying, this is a bullish range. It's been ranging in the past 2 days, right? I don't know. This is definitely exciting. We need this, guys. We need Bitcoin to get past that previous all-time high, even if it's just a little bit, even if it taps it, it will bring so much energy, I feel like, to our ecosystem in the entire space. So we shall see what happens today. Hopefully, cross your fingers.
And last thing before we get into Bitcoin price action, Donald Trump's crypto stash reaches 30 million because people keep sending him meme coins. He has a Bitcoin address, and it begins with a 3, so it's not Taproot, it's Segwit, or I think it's the other one, or not Segwit.
Segwit.
But is it Segwit begins with a 3?
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I think we got to step it up here in Ordinals and send that wallet some runes. Let's get some runes into Donald Trump's crypto wallet. I think that would be funny that if like Dog Go to the Moon enters his wallet, but I am afraid that they're not going to read it. They're just going to send it to Coinbase and cash it out for USDT. So I don't know if it's going to mean anything, but I thought it was funny how the degens over on Solana and Ethereum are sending him crap load of meme coins, and I want to be runes too. Let's add runes to that. So just thought that was something to bring up.
It's the nested Segwit is the one with the starts. That starts with the 30. So, guys, we have 187 people in here. Great way to start off our Wednesday morning. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's hump day, but we might get Bitcoin might get over this hump, right? That's what it looks like, possibly. With that being said, please, if you're on the YouTube side, smash that like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. On the Twitter side, please share the space. It's all about education, and that's what we try to bring here. So
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of economic news and a lot of Bitcoin stuff, but don't worry, guys. We're gonna get through the Bitcoin price here, get to the roll call, and then we'll get into why you guys watch here, the ordinal and rune stuff. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. All right. Look at this beautiful. Well, it was pretty beautiful. 5 minutes. Gosh dang it. I'm showing my degeneracy here. All right, let me pull back up the hour chart right here.
What are you saying?
I'm seeing that we're in a really good spot for the hour. We're in oversold, so we're pretty far below the 20-point mark here. But usually this is whenever you want to, look at possible entry because it's heading back up, right? With that being said, this is, a bull flag forming, it looks like, on the hour, which is everything looks like it's lined up right here. I'll say that for sure. Let's look at one more indicator that I use, which is the MACD. Just kind of shows the buy pressure and sell pressure here. See if I need to get the other. You know what? I'm going to cheat anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to use surf here in a second, but it'll show it. But let's just kind of just go over where it could possibly head today, right? So if this is a bull flag, we could see we need to hit this range right here, which is 72.4, or this price point right here, 72.4, and then that's whenever we could take off and get to that liquidation mark for all the shorts there, the squeeze up to 75 that you said, right? So I don't know. It looks really bullish setup right now on the hour chart, at least. On all you pro TA guys, don't come at me and say this is horrible because I do my best every day. Because Mr. Yin is my father and he tells me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I mean, looks really like a bullish setup to me. That's what I'm seeing, at least.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, but what about you?
Yeah, I'm thinking we hit 70 to 75 today. I don't know, man. I got this weird feeling. I posted it on Twitter last night. I got this feeling, guys. I think we're about to explode. I think we're really about to take off here. I think it's going to be a really hot summer for Bitcoin, and I think we're going to be over 80,000 by the end of July. I am so bullish right now, and I'm not normally like this, right? I mean, I'm bullish, but like I just feel like
I never normally like this.
I don't normally come out and say today. When have I ever come out and said we're going up today? You know what I mean? I'm saying I'm bullish on the month, the year. You know, I think we're gonna hit 750K by end of next year. But like, I don't feel like I've ever been to the point of being like within the next 24 hours we're gonna be at an all-time high, and that's how I feel right now. I could be wrong. I could have said this 30 times before, and I just don't remember. But I really, really, truly feel like we're about to hit 75,000 today.
Yeah. Real quick, I did pull up the MACD here, so you can see like it was pretty, it looked really dark red candles here, so that indicates sell pressure. But man, if that's the case, then that means that like the sell pressure of those dark candles were right here, like 71.25. So it didn't really pull back, so it's kind of like the shorts kind of wasted this sell pressure right here. But when these two lines kind of start to clasp, I think that's when we see a really big pull up here. This great setup is, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. If you guys think we're gonna hit all-time highs today, put in the chat. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. What are you guys thinking? You guys feeling it too? Because if you guys are feeling it too, then I know I'm right. I want to know, are you guys feeling like we're hit all-time highs today? Let me know. But before we get into that, let's jump into the roll call. My favorite part of the show here. See who's here. But I did notice yesterday that there was a couple people who did comments yesterday, and they're not in here, guys. I do not mess with anything. I know Todor was first yesterday. He put it in there, but it's not showing me first. But I'm sorry, Todor. I know it, man. But it says you're not first, but it says J25 was in there at 4:06 p.m. I don't know.
J25, man, where you been, bro? I feel like you've been MIA.
Well, he's been in poker toward me. He's playing poker today. So shout out J25.
Good luck, guys.
So I don't know if the first is first. So I'm not gonna do first is first today because I think YouTube is screwing stuff up. So I apologize for that. But it's showing J25 in the first spot, and then it's showing my boy Yazir, always here. We appreciate you, my friend. Followed by Bitmap Gallery. Bitmap Gallery, you've been here like every single day. Appreciate you. Then we got Todor. Todor was screwed out of that number one spot. We appreciate you, Todor. And then we have Danny Boy. You're always here, man. We appreciate you, my friend. Coach Cats or Cache Cats, we appreciate
Coach
you,
K.
GM. Coach K in the building.
It's just cash. Like I gotta clear my cash.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Magic is in the building. Shout out Magic, man. Then we got DJ and Italian channel, and then we have my favorite person to announce. No. And then we have Cheedy, Yo-Yo Street in the building. Shout out Cheedy and Yo-Yo. I Walk Alone is here. Sixes, Bitrens, TKO, Lakey Lukey, Crypto Hot News. I feel like I mess his name up every day. I'm like Lakey, but sorry about that. Ant-Man is here. Ant-Man.
Let's go, Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's been a while to you, man. Where the hell you been? Tim Bake, AOD Art, we appreciate you as always, my friend. Bitmap Gallery in the building, followed by I said that you Bitmap Gallery. Sorry. Cord Miller is here. Mighty Sonu, Ebuck with his amazing comment. Yagobi looks like Mr. Yen's son. TKO says now Shizzy needs a shave too. I don't think that'll ever happen, bro. And then we have Broke Oshi is in the building. Appreciate you, my friend. Followed by Tim Madden. Let's see. Patrick Nad is in the building. Shout out Patrick. BJJ Zach. Rick G, man. Rick G is here. No BRC20 comments from Rick G. That's different. And then we have Pelpa, Joko. Superfan is here. Shout out Superfan. He slept in a bit. We have Fahim. Yeah. Fahim. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that, Fahim. And we have, let's see. A lot of people here today. Joseph is in the building. PJ, NZ, Claudio, Green Man. and I struggled through that one. So I appreciate you guys, man. You guys mean so much to us, man. Thank you guys for being here today.
100% showing up every day. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
All right, let's get after it. We'll get into the next.
Let's do it. Let's get into that one right after that. I feel like that's been something that has been topic of conversation. Did you see the
market cap of this thing? So BAMP on a run as their stablecoin NUSD, which is backed by Athena USDE. So Athena is over collateralized stablecoin. It's nothing like Luna, but it is one of the top stablecoins. In Athena's huge. In crypto, decentralized, and it is being backed by a lot of different, like a basket of multiple assets, and NUSD is being backed 1-to-1 to Athena's USD. So this is a big deal. It's a Bitcoin. You can go over to Unisat or OKX, and you can buy NUSD. You get that 99-cent value, so you can kind of have stable coins now for the first time ever.
It's crazy.
On Bitcoin. What do you think about this, dude? Wild.
Well, on these meta protocols, it's pretty crazy. $143 million market cap. I think we gotta, at least this point, start to take them like very seriously, right? Regardless of who we feel like is behind it or anything like that. It's showing to increase in market cap, as well as impress certain people. I think Mark Jeffrey's like a big person to kind of, if he gives it his nod, then that's a big deal. And then you had the block runners also kind of dive into it. Let's keep an eye on it, though. It's not like the first thing that Jack has brought up successfully and hasn't maintained. But hey, if you guys got into this, that's awesome, because it looks like most everybody is definitely up on this. It's interesting how it's going to play a role, because if it does play a role, a big role, this could be huge, and I think you said it's backed by Athena, which is another stable token that's over collateralized, right? I think the stable tokens that we got to, raise our eyebrows extra on are the ones that are the algorithmic, and that's what Luna was, right? Algorithmic. So I don't really see any of those popping up anymore, just because they're
too hard to maintain.
Yeah, exactly. So, this could be huge, man. It could be huge for the entire ecosystem. If the modular system does play out, it could be huge for that too.
100%. 100%. Next thing on the list here is BitBoy 1. Public pre-order is now open. You can pre-order at bitboy.games. This is pretty cool. I haven't really touched any yet. I definitely want to get my own. I will probably get this pre-order just to kind of, it's a big Bitcoin game. I think I have to at least test it out. So I'll probably get one of these, but if you guys are interested, check that out there. Not affiliate of ours whatsoever. Just want to shout that out if you guys are interested. So
yeah.
Are you getting BitBoy?
Is that the Ors Games?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the cost?
I don't know. Let's head over to BitBoy 1.
Let's check out the site and see what that is. Hey, look, it's a tangible piece of technology that's, in this space. It could be actually like a collectible down the line.
It could
be, what I mean? And so
$500.
$500, huh?
It's a PlayStation 5, bro.
First game 5 plus D-Pen on Bitcoin.
That's a PS5, bro.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's NFC chip. In here, let me show what I'm looking at. Oh, you got it too? Okay.
Yeah, you got your thing.
Yeah, I mean, it says, play our favorite classics. So you got they even rolled in Sonic, Street Fighter 2, stuff like that. But I wonder if there's any sort of play to earn with those games, because I could play Street Fighter 2 all day. That was one of my favorite old OG games.
You dropping $500 on this?
I don't know, man. Come on, $500. That's the thing. Is whenever you're in these bullish periods and you've experienced them, $500 isn't a huge amount. And I don't say that to be condescending towards people that, $500 is a lot of money, in any way you look at it. But I think whenever you're being able to, whenever your perception changes, right? So I think that's something that I could possibly do, because I feel like it could be worth it in the end, but we'll see. I'm not counting it out. Go ahead.
Does it mine Bitcoin?
Yeah, but I imagine it's like very minimal. I mean, this device doesn't have a ton of power, I wouldn't imagine, unless there's like some pooling system that they're all doing together. So
yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Jumping over here too is have you checked out Magic Eden's new charts yet on the runes?
I haven't.
It looked good, man. It's the it's they basically if you check out if you go by you obviously everyone in our comments have seen these already, but this is something we haven't talked about yet. If you go to Magic Eden, you go to buy something, you get these charts, man. You can go to weekly, monthly. They look phenomenal, and it's really cool. You never had this with BRC 20s, and this is awesome. Before you buy, you can kind of look at some charts. Really cool. I just realized I wasn't showing my screen, but yeah. So this is Fehu and stuff like that. You got the top runes here. You get a dog. You can kind of see this amazing dog chart, and like I said, you can go to week, and then you can go to month. The monthly probably looks phenomenal. Oh, the monthly does look phenomenal. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So,
I did
really
see
cool.
these charts. My bad. Yeah. So yeah, once you go into the buy, yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize you underneath it showed all those timelines though, so that's cool too.
So if you click here for Trading View, you actually get the Trading View chart.
Oh shoot, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I like that better, actually.
Yeah. So it's not just the Magic Eden chart anymore; it's actually Trading View. So, but yeah, man, 38 buys on Dog. Where's Dog at right now? Ooh, Dog's back to 9.2.
950. $950 million market cap on Magic Eden. Yep.
Let's go. Shout out dog holders. But yeah, this is really cool. You get the yearly. Oh, look at the candles. That is cool. That is cool.
Yeah, I asked you a question before we jumped on here on the live, and it was, where do you feel like we are with the runes ecosystem? Are we close to, peak on this first run up? And you want to kind of go over what your breakdown was with that?
Yeah. So I have two responses. It really comes down to what Binance does, right? Like it's hard to say. It feels toppy. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, it feels toppy. If Binance was already listed dog and we saw something like this, I would say this is very toppy. Obviously you can say it looks like a bull flag as well, but it just feels very toppy here. But it could be any minute. It doesn't matter. Like it could be the next minute from now. Binance listed it and we see a God candle on Dog, because I think that's going to happen. I think Dog gets to 1.2, 1.3 billion after the listing, and then maybe put a pull back down to $1 billion, and then we go to 2 billion once it gets on Binance. Because then you got to remember Kraken, and it gives Kraken and Crypto.com the go ahead as well. So that's huge, and I think that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for one of them to list it. That way they can go back to their peers and say, yeah, like we can't be left behind on this. We got to get going with the runes. And then you can see Dog go to the moon, and then you can see RuneCoin, and then you could see Pups, and then you can see all these other stuff. I don't see like something like BAMP getting listed, but I think stuff without teams, with just communities, gets listed pretty quickly after Dog.
Yeah. I agree. I think that I think it would be a shame if during this first run up, because I consider this the first run up of runes.
Yeah,
I think it would be a shame if they don't get listed on Binance or I mean at the very very bare minimum OKX, right? But Binance would be the main goal there, and it would be a shame if they don't. In my opinion, because then that means that like we pretty much reached the top of the first run up with Dog. Now it did take 2 run ups for I think Ordi to get listed. But then after Ordi, stats got pretty much listed, I want to say like 2 weeks later or something like that. So, again, we were in a different time though. We were in a time to where things were pretty slow that previous 6 months. So Binance was definitely waiting on opportunity then. And I think that this is opportunity for Binance to list them. So Binance, do the damn thing and get Dog on there.
100%. Kai Vex says, bro, I'm being ignored for some reason. If I missed you, bro, I'm so sorry. We'll shout you out now. Shout out my boy Kai Effect.
Don't ever ignore Kai.
I'm sorry, Kai. I honestly, I don't know why I missed you, man. I thought I might have said you twice, but sorry, man. Appreciate you, my friend, and I apologize for that. That is on me. PJNZ says the Trading View charts in Magic Eden are great. You can add MACD and RSI to the charts right into Magic Eden, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
How would you do that? I guess settings.
Maybe. No. You go to indicators.
Indicators. There it is.
And then you type it in. stochastic RSI,
That's
and
cool.
then MACD. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool to have right here when
That's
you're
pretty
about to
cool.
purchase. Shout out Magic Eden, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if they're gonna bring in like some sort of capability to like actually like a DEX or something.
Yeah.
You know, because like yes, you can benefit from these indicators and stuff, but like whenever you're doing these like, you know, I call them swap meet style trades,
Yeah.
it's not as effective as like instantaneous spot trading, trying to get in entries and stuff like that. Well, I guess it's kind of like limit buys, I guess, because you can put your price and stuff. We'll see.
Yep. Faxo says, "Who is this young guy? Where is Yagobi?"
Yeah.
But all right. So oh, this is a really cool question by you. Will Bitcoin follow Polkadot's blueprint for its ecosystem? So yesterday, I was just messing around over there on Polkadot. I was just seeing what's new because I watched the video and I kind of got like, I was like, you know, what's over there with this new jam thing that they're building? And I started looking and I found this site, Hydration, and I started looking into it. And I showed you, and you're like, wow, dude, this could be like the meta protocols on Bitcoin. Because the way Polkadot works is Polkadot's a layer 0 and it has a bunch of different layer 1s on top. And Bitcoin could be that layer 0 and have all these different meta protocols on top. So the difference is the bridging. And with Opcat, though, that could change everything. We could have that bridging from runes to ARC20s, from ARC20s to BRC20s, from BRC20s to tap. We could have that Polkadot feel in our ecosystem. Obviously, you probably got to wait a few blocks, 10, 20 minutes. Polkadot's like 10, 20 seconds. But like, it was really interesting comment by you.
Yeah, because, you know, whenever you broke down the technicals of how Polkadot works, it just makes sense for Bitcoin to kind of follow that blueprint, right? Because people that have some knowledge on Opcat and how the op codes work, like OpCTV and Opcat, like bringing the computational functionality to Bitcoin's layer, right?
Yeah.
They probably think, okay, this is great for bridging out to side chains only and or doing smart contracts, which, you know, that is starting that process of smart contracts and stuff. But I think it'd be even, you know, like there's two parts to that. You know, it solves, you know, two issues: bridging out to side chains and possibly future L2s, or bridging in between, like meta protocols, right? So what's the popular, like the top 3 projects that are on Polkadot that live on top of Polkadot?
Yeah, it's Moonbeam, Hydration, and I want to say like Akala.
So do those have tokens underneath them and stuff?
Yes, they have their own dApps as well. Yeah,
exactly. So it could work perfectly like this, right? To where, you know, Atomicals is its own thing, and then you have Tap is its own thing, BRC20 as its own thing, and then you know, Runes, of course, and so that made me super bullish on the multi-meta protocol future. And I think that there's so many people that are calling for, no, there can only be one, even, you know, especially if smart contracts come. Well, Polkadot proves that that's not the case. And you know, a lot of people rant and rave about how Polkadot's tech and their ecosystem is really solid. Who knows what Bitcoin's future is going to look like, but that definitely got me bullish on the multi-meta protocol ecosystem, because that means that all these ecosystems could be strong in the future, and all the building was not for not, basically, you know what I mean? All the effort from these devs and teams, they're going to be going towards something.
100%. And like one thing I did with Polkadot yesterday, I owned some Polkadot I had a while ago. It was been staking on Bifrost, and I took it from Bifrost and I put it to Akala because Akala was earning more yield. And I noticed that, but you could see that happening over here with Bitcoin, where let's just say you're earning yield on tap using your Bitcoin, and you're like, you know what? No, there's a protocol in Runes that's yielding more in their native token. I just lock my Bitcoin up and I earn their native token. So you can potentially bridge that same Bitcoin. Well, you wouldn't even have to bridge in that situation because it's already on layer 1, right? So you would just go back into Bitcoin and then take it over to a Runes protocol and deposit that Bitcoin in that Runes protocol. So that's one thing that's different. Is like over there, you have to take that Polkadot and kind of bridge it over to on Akala, and then take that Polkadot and bridge it over to Bifrost, and take that Polkadot and bridge it to the next one. Over here, you just got to sell into Bitcoin, take that Bitcoin to the next protocol, and then dump that in there. You won't even got to bridge.
Yeah, the only thing that you would have to bridge would be the native assets to that to the each meta protocol, and
Yeah.
I could see that happening too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that could be something.
To
Like, I
where
think
there's like the
wrap the version
popular
or something.
ones, right? They're
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll do wrap track over on the rune side. We'll
Yep.
do wrap blah 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 over on
Exactly.
the atomical side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, guys, I think like we got to keep our mind open for stuff like this, right?
Mhm.
And we'll see what happens. You know, obviously in crypto, there's a lot of dog eat dog, but in the end, if it's best for all the meta protocols and the main layer, I can't see why it doesn't happen.
I agree. All right, jumping in here to the next thing. This is a big deal for a lot of you guys. The Royals DMT Mint revealed Friday, June 7th. That is in 2 days from today. Do you think it dumps? So what normally happens during reveals is that a lot of people will buy up as many as they possibly can and in hopes to get that rare one. I think in this case, the rare ones are the hoodies. And then when they don't receive the hoodie, they dump them for a lot cheaper than they paid because potentially, let's just say you buy 10, one of them is that hoodie. That makes it all worth it. And then you try to get as much as you possibly can for the other ones. Do you think that this happens again? Does history repeat itself with this reveal?
Yes, I've been in a couple reveals and they all were the exact same. Like there
Yeah.
hasn't been one that has been not follow that
Yeah.
game plan, you know. So yeah, I do think it dumps, but I also, you know, think that it's a strong project in the DMT world. So who knows how long the dump lasts for. And you know, the ordinal ecosystem has like chilled out a bit, but then the past day it seems like it's picked up a little bit, right? You've
Yeah.
had Frux that brought some energy in, but I'm talking about like the puppets are back to 0.215. That's big. Node monks are trying to knock on 0.3. You have the frogs still at 0.059. But Bitmap, yeah, Bitmap's not back yet. Yeah, so you know, this is gonna be the theme is gonna be chill until you know Runes gets that major like you know uptick, or you know, there's some sort of clear signs that the Runes first run up is done.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said. Question for you. Which rune is being slept on the most right now?
Okay, let me take
Because
a
for
look
me,
here. Go ahead.
if I would answer that question while you look at it, because I've already kind of thought about this, I think the rune that's being slept on the most right now is probably the Donald Trump, only because of the election, um, and all that stuff. I think Donald Trump has a 10x in him, honestly. And I'm not even a holder of it. I'm sleeping on it too. But being rune 294 is a big deal because it's the first Donald Trump token, which means it was in the first block, that halving block. Which is big, and I just think that's being slept on right now because that June 27th is the debates, and this could run up hard into the debates. And I was thinking about like that, and being number 18, I think it should be a lot higher. Obviously, you know, it's very political, and you're not going to get this listed on any exchanges or anything like that. But like, I just feel like they're calling it Politify. Politify is going to be really big this year. Next year, I don't think so. I think you should dump all your Politify by the election, or maybe a little after the election if he wins. But I think the next 4 or 5 months are going to be really big for Politify tokens, whether that be Donald Trump or the Dolan Trump and stuff like that. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that yeah, it's going to be a big part of the 4-year presidential cycle. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, look how easy it is for them to raise money, right?
Yeah.
And so they just put their wallet address out there, you
So-
know. And I think that Biden and the Democrats start to realize like this could be really game changing in terms of financial support. And so every 4 years, I think that they're going to be trying to kiss the butt of the crypto community, right? And maybe that this election year changes the entire sentiment, because it has shown the influence that this space is now having on that. Yeah. So I agree. I think that one's a really slept on one. I think there's this one. I think is kind of going under the radar, but it's still going up in value. I think Satoshi Nakamoto. I mean, it's at $2.75. No one's really talking about it, right? It's at a $57 million market cap, just silently kind of, you know, chipping away back up there.
Yeah.
And then I'd say probably decentralized is one that slept on, but there's some reasoning for it, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's moved slow. It's, it's taken forever, but I think it's one of those that once it explodes, and they showed some really good marketing yesterday by trying to be in cohesion with dog, because they posted dog and said the dog succeeds, we all succeed. And it had the little lightning bolt on the dog. So that was really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, man, I agree with that one, Spig. Bitmap Emporium. Anyone with a PFP can be eligible to claim their UNATs for free. What does this mean?
So Bitmap Emporium is doing a DMT collection. And so if you hold a Bitmap Emporium ordinal, you get one of the UNAT inscriptions for free, so you can claim it. So you have to pay the fees or whatever, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But so that was really cool. They did clarify it is per Bitmap Emporium that you have. So if you have 3 in one wallet, you should be able to get 3 of these UNATs. This is an exciting collection because I think it's one of the first that really tagged and brand Bitmap to kind of go into the DMT world as well. So
yeah,
I think Limitless knows what he's doing. He seems like he has a control over the community, and we'll see if this is a good move or not. But I think it is. I think we'll see. I mean, people are excited to get this. I know that.
Yeah, man. I agree. So the next thing here, CoinMarketCap finally changed the ticker to now Dog from the longer ticker of Dog Go to the Moon. CoinGecko did this a while ago. Now CoinMarketCap does it. Do you think it's a big deal to be Dog over Dog Go to the Moon?
Yes, I do. For I think the non-English speaking parts of the world that are trying to get into ordinals, and as we know from our viewers and stuff, there's quite a bit. And so I think it's smart for Leonidas to do that. I think it was a terrible move for Casey to limit at 13 characters. But I mean, at least like he could have done like 6, you know what I mean? Yeah. And started there if you wanted to try to, I guess, like sift out some of the people that, weren't serious and trying to just grift or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. And I think this is smart, and I think everybody's doing it. So.
Well, in August, you will officially be able to do 12. Are you excited for the 12?
Bro, 13 to 12, come on.
And then in December, you can do 11.
I mean, like, we're still, I think we're still talking about Wi-Fi passwords up until probably about like 6 or 5.
Then next May, you can do 10.
Next May? Oh my gosh, that's so wild.
Oh no, it's even better. Next August, you can do 9.
So when do you get down to 4? Like in 2028?
And then December of 2025, you can do 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It's 9 till 2026 where you get down to like 7 and 6. And then 2027. By 2028, by December of 2028, you'll be able to do 1.
Okay.
So going right into the next bull market. But yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'll go.
No. I didn't mean to do that.
All right, we'll jump on the next one here. Atomical's news. The entire ARC20 sector has reached a freezing point. It was for the first time ever below a Bitcoin on the entire volume of Atomicals yesterday. The entire volume was below 1 Bitcoin, below $60,000-$70,000. It is freezing cold over there. Nobody is buying anything. If you have any ARC20s, you're better off just sending them to a Coinbase wallet and getting them out. And you know what I mean? Right now, your Satoshis are worth more than the Satoshis are going for more than the coins.
Yeah, but for me at least, I definitely would never do that because just that chance of them. They're still. It's not like they're not working. They're still building. So
are they though?
Yeah, I mean, think about this. If you've been like if you're A, right, and you've built this meta protocol, and there's different parts of it. There's not just like, okay, there's some fungible tokens here and that's it. There's like an art part. There's a fungible token part, right? And they're, added new features to the protocol and stuff like that. Are you and then the other developers in your ecosystem not like going to try your best to take advantage of a crazy, everybody spending money on stupid stuff market? You know what I'm saying? I think that like if we were in the same market last year, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like if we were in this time last year, or you maybe the spring of last year, yeah, I could see people kind of just like stop building on it and stuff like that. But we're about to approach like this market sentiment of what's the next hot thing? What's the next hot thing? So it would be real, in my opinion, it'd be really dumb for them to not like build up hype heading into this. Yes, runes will get the majority of the focus initially, but BRC20 is doing that too. Like every Tap's doing it, Atomical's doing it. I guarantee you, CBRC20 is going to try to do it too. Everybody's going to try to make as much as they can during this run up. So I definitely would never just send my ARC20s to Coinbase for what I have. You know, it's just, to me, that chance of it, you know, 100xing, taking their turn or whatever, just too much of a upside for me.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, for me, I'm bearish on that ecosystem for sure. I need something. I need a builder to come out. I need something to happen over there, for me to get excited. And I'm hoping something does come. Like I like, you know, those guys that are building over there. It's just, you know, I'm a what have you done lately for me guy, right? So I mean, I'm just hoping for the next thing. And I'm a hype chaser. You know, 100%. I'll be the first one to tell you I chase hype. So I'm just hoping something hypes that up over there where I can go over there and play again. But yeah, we were over there for a while. I traded that stuff for a long time. I think I still have it too somewhere. So
yeah, but imagine when we were there, like what was the overall market sentiment like?
Bearish.
Right? Exactly. And so, and it had its run up, right? It had its run up for sure. Like I think Adam got to like $30, maybe 45 or something like crazy. And now it's sitting at $2.85. So it's, I believe me, there's going to be attempts from every meta protocol ecosystem to have their turn of the liquidity rotation.
100%.
I predict that right now.
I hope you're right. For the sakes of everyone holding ARC20s.
I mean, just look. I'm not just talking about ARC20s though. I'm talking about TAP tokens. I'm talking about BRC20s. I'm talking about.
Well, I know TAP tokens are going to come alive. I know that's going to happen, but that's because there's hype that's generating, right?
So if you see runes taking a lot of hype right now, and then TAP's trying to follow in right after, BRC20 is working on a module. They're not coming out with a lot of hype.
Yeah.
It's dumb, in my opinion, for Atomicals to be like, hey, you know, all this stuff is coming right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's like strategic decisions being made, in my opinion, by the leaders of each meta protocol that has something that is of substance, right? And something of substance to me is a solid, at least like fungible token ecosystem, as well as an art ecosystem together. I just think that, you know, they're going to try to take advantage of it, but I could be wrong.
We're getting close to that ordinal hour, guys. Put your questions in the comments. We want to get to every one of your questions in a little bit. We have our boy Abdul about to join us soon, but before we join that, I want to take a look at something that's really popping right now that we haven't talked about. It's the actual ordinals, the digital artifacts themselves. We got the No Monkeys sitting at 0.295. They hit 0.3 last night, back down to 0.295 now. Node Monkeys leading the pack again, man. What do you think about these guys? Go up from 2.21, now sitting almost 50% higher than they were, I would say, about a week ago.
Yeah, I think they're going to be the spotlight of the collections this bull market over here.
The puppets up from 0.11 up to 0.211. Again, 50% over the course of a week. Puppets community is strong. Do you see these two staying where they're at? Or do you think that they're dipping a little bit?
I think they probably manage where they are at. They could dip a little bit more, but like it was bleeding out, right? And so now it's not. That's stopped. Right. So it never got below the 0.1 that I was kind of like, okay, if it gets below 0.1, then that's like, I got to probably pick up a couple. And so, so I think that, you know, it's probably going to maintain between, you know, high 0.1 something to like 0.2 range until it's time for the ordinals to pump again.
So I'm thinking on the lines of, so the reason I think they bled out was a lot of guys, a lot of people in Node Monkeys and Puppets are Ethereum guys. Like we both know that from being in the space a while, we knew a lot of Ethereum guys were coming in and buying puppets and they were buying monkeys. The Ethereum ETF hit, right? Those guys now had a lot of money in ordinals and they no longer had a lot of their Ethereum. I assumed, and this is just me assuming, a lot of them sold their node monkeys, sold their puppets to get back into Ethereum because they thought it was going to pump hard, just to kind of find out and realize that the ETF isn't going live until July. So do you think they came back in with their tail between their legs?
What the people that
got left for Ethereum? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, but you know, I don't know. It's going to be weird now because how long after the Bitcoin announcement did it actually go live? It was only like a week, right?
Yeah, it was like the next day for Bitcoin.
Was it? Okay.
But all the paperwork and everything was done for that beforehand. So I found out what happened with the Bitcoin ETF. What happened was it wasn't Gary who approved it. It was actually the other chairman, the other people involved passed that through, and so that came down from the presidential like office to say, yo, get this through, and they had nothing ready, and that's why it's taking so much longer.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't Gary. Gary didn't approve this. So that's why there's no official statement. There's no nothing. This is all presidential.
What was the admin told him to push it? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a vote between the heads. It didn't go. It didn't hit Gary's desk.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's why it's not ready. But I think that's why a lot of these ordinals are really pumping right now, is because that is because they're coming back in now. I'm thinking like, oh well, I have my money in Ethereum again. It's not moving. Let me kind of get back into that puppet. It's cheaper now than when I sold it. And I think that's why the no monkeys or puppets are back at where they're at now. And I think that once the ETF goes live, you could see these bleed out again.
Yeah. True. I don't know. It depends on like where Bitcoin goes, in my opinion. If it breaks all-time highs and it gets to like 80K, I don't really see too much of a bleed out at first, at least. But yeah, people will move their profits into Ethereum and try to ride that narrative. But yeah, I think at that point, everything is people are happy pretty much everywhere.
I agree. All right, let's get into it. We're in the after hour now. It's time to get into Security Wednesdays, brought to you by Traverse Labs. Traverse, guys, is a way to actually secure your ordinals, secure your runes, secure your entire portfolio from getting hacked or hitting a phishing link or stuff like that. It's a second layer of security on top of your hot wallet. Here in ordinals, we don't have hardware wallets. We don't have things like that yet. That stuff's coming, but Traverse is actually a better than that, because not only do you need your wallet, but you need your Google Authenticator, and then you need your email, and it's going to send you a code just like how you would do. You don't gotta go out and buy no expensive hardware. You don't gotta buy any like jades or anything like that. You can just kind of just use these Traverse vaults, and you can lock your Bitcoin in there as well. Like, I haven't even used my jade since I started really digging into Traverse, and when I found out Traverse was non-custodial, because that's a big deal. Really understanding that they do not hold your assets, they do not hold your coins, right? So that is a huge deal of why I am bullish on this entire ecosystem. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that is a big deal. The non-custodial part is really big because you aren't like questioning who is in total control of your assets. It's always you. And so that's the whole point of setting up those two-step authentication process. And I assume, which I think I have a strong assumption, that scamming is going to get better, and it's going to get easier to fall into stuff as the tech gets better over here, and like the ecosystem starts to form and merge together. People are always going to try to find an edge on how to scam you, so you always got to be a step ahead of them, and this is 100%. One of the best ways to do that.
All right, guys. We have a special guest today. We have Abdul from Traverse Labs. Welcome back to the show, my friend. Good morning. I love the background too. Absolutely fire. It looks.
Good morning, guys. How's it going? Good to see you again.
Going well. Good to see you. We got 290 people in here. Thanks for joining us. We do have Abdul on from Traverse Labs. So Abdul, it's been pretty crazy. You partnered with Ordinal Revolution. It's been a great partnership, mutually beneficial for not only us and you guys, but our community as well. The airdrop for the Traverse Tap token, just to let our community and the audience know, you have until June 10th. That's 5 days away from now. So make sure to get your OG Ordinal Revolution passes into your vault so you can qualify for that airdrop if you're interested. But could you talk about like what the experience has been like the past 2 weeks? Because it's not just Ordinal Revolution and you guys, but it's also the TAP ecosystem has been kind of thriving and a lot of hype build up for that. If you could talk about that.
Yeah, I can speak to TAP. So what's happening right now with the TAP ecosystem is most recently there was the coin list, and there's really good news out of the coin list offering and news on the street, essentially news in the Discord, so it's public knowledge, is that the coin list seems to be oversubscribed. So that's definitely is a really good positive sign for, and not only the TAP ecosystem, it's also ordinals at large, because it really shows that people are convicted towards the ordinals ecosystem, and that there's going to be an increased amount of liquidity that's going to be coming to this ecosystem. At the same point, like you guys were talking about earlier, before the security segment about Traverse, you were talking about like the node monkeys, node puppets, ETFs, and all that stuff. And I think all of that is incredibly relevant. And one thing I've been learning, especially since my background is traditional finance, is that there's a lot of investors, a lot of funds that still view Bitcoin as digital gold. So they're unaware of the fact that ordinals exists and that you're actually able to natively list assets through Bitcoin, and that you're actually able to natively list, buy, sell assets with your Bitcoin as well. So it's definitely an emergent market that many individuals and not even many investors are aware of. And with increased liquidity, we expect players like Traverse to be more relevant than ever, especially because there's going to be more actors that are going to try to take your liquidity and your assets away from you. So yes, on the TAP ecosystem, coming back to that question, things are heating up with TAP. We do anticipate that there's going to be a lot more inflows of projects, a lot more developers that are going to be building within the TAP ecosystem. And we really encourage anyone who's listening from the members of the community to reach out to us. And you know what, we can like connect you to the developer community with TAP as well. A lot of people building a lot of different projects on TAP, some of which your audience might very well be interested in working on, working with, or just simply reaching out to. So let us know.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. One thing.
Real quick. Yazir goes, a new form of scamming is becoming popular. They reach out to blue checkmark Twitter accounts that are active on crypto, and they offer them to become a game tester for a good salary. And I'm guessing what happens is you click that link that they give you to be that game tester, and they kind of get access to your computer. But so, how would Traverse protect you from something like that?
Even if you click on the link, and even if your wallet is connected to that specific browser that you clicked on the link on, and of course it depends on the type of link you're clicking, but most commonly what's going to happen is that they're going to try to take access over your wallet. And with Traverse, even if your wallet is indeed compromised, it doesn't matter, because your assets are safely secured in your vault. And let's assume that this entity or this individual manage to export your private key and manage to actually import your complete wallet into their browser extension or browser session. Let's assume they log on to Traverse, log on to the D app, they can see your assets, they can see your vaults, but they can't take them from you. And you know what the best part is? I mean, even if you don't trust that wallet anymore, you can simply create a brand new wallet and you can still recover your assets as long as you have your MFA. And that's what's unique about Traverse.
I didn't know that you could just create a new wallet and then put the same stuff in. So now that wallet is okay. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, you know what happens is that there's a lot of times people forget about their private key, and not only because their private key might be compromised or someone has access to their wallet. It could really be that someone just simply forgot it, and this is an experience that Traverse is trying to solve. We're trying to simplify the self-custody process, which we really believe is one of the top barriers for access within cryptocurrency, and really conviction for a lot of potential individuals or investors to actually purchase assets with their Bitcoin instead of simply just holding it as well.
Yeah. Yazir finishes up with that. It goes, actually, they ask you to download the application. And inside the application, there's malware that transmits your data to the hacker. That again is still protected, right?
Yes, yes. There's, there's a lot of different types of those scams that essentially force you or try to get you to actually click on a link. Those are very common. In terms of what each one entails, that's different. It's up to the scammer or up to the hacker themselves to come up with new innovative ways in order to actually try to take your assets from you. So those are incredibly common, and Traverse protects against all of them. Even against simply like other potential alternatives that could be storing your PBST files, or let's say your private key, shard them up and essentially store them on the cloud. Traverse protects against that as long as you use us.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. Ethereum Dad says Traverse is the best thing I've learned this year. Thanks to Ordinal Revolution for teaching me about Traverse. I feel so much safer using the vaults instead of a ledger. Thanks a lot, Ordinal Revolution, and thanks to Abdul for jumping on with us. I think it's very important for the a face from a project in our space to really speak directly to the audience, and you've been great about that. Another thing I want to kind of go back to that you said was, and this is to the audience here and the community, is Abdul said, hey, if you guys are interested in getting involved with any communities within the TAP ecosystem, do it. And I highly recommend that, because if you've been looking for a way to get your foot in through the door, it's ways like this, right? Because when you connect with communities of projects and you show value, they're going to really appreciate that, right? And so that's how you get really ingrained into a community. So I just wanted to say that for the audience as well. But one more question before we get to the audience questions here is anything that, I know you guys are building on a lot of things and you guys have a lot of partnerships. Some stuff you can't talk about, I get that, but is there anything that you can talk about in terms of like future possible product releases or anything you guys are focusing on for the future?
Yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about the product and maybe then throw something in for you guys' community as well. So definitely. A bit on the product is soon we're going to be working towards a multi-chain vision for Traverse. So not only will you actually be able to store your Bitcoin assets in your vault, you would be able to store ICP assets, EVM assets, Ethereum assets, all in one vault. And really, ICP makes that possible. So I'm sure you guys talked about the ICP partnership with TAP. So this is definitely something important. This is definitely something game-changing. ICP is a very complex blockchain, that I can tell you, but it's incredibly powerful. So what it enables is really incredible, because at the end of the day, there's no bridges. So without obviously mentioning some names on Bitcoin layer 2, bridges are more exploitable. They're less secure. ICP is more native and more towards smart contracts, especially within like interactions between both Ethereum and Bitcoin assets. So it's a lot more secure there. So one, for Traverse multi-chain. Two, you can expect passkeys from us. And what passkeys will enable you is that in addition to your MFA, you could have an option of actually using your Face ID or using your biometrics, such as your fingerprint or whatever really your device supports. So it could be a browser extension in order to withdraw your assets from your vault. That's another thing we're working actively towards. And one last thing I do want to say, and this is like something for your guys' community as well, is we are about to be incubated, and we're going to be incubated with a project and a face that has come on Ordinal Revolution. So if you've been a long time listener to Shizzy and Yagobi, you'll definitely be able to recognize who they are. And we're quite pleased of that, because just simply the amount of network and opportunities that these guys open up, and the amount of functionalities that could be added to Traverse is going to be incredible for our community, and really for the security of the Ordinals ecosystem as well.
Yeah, man, that's huge. And we were going to talk about some stuff today, but obviously it's not out yet. So guys, tune in next week. We're hoping to have Abdul back for the actual announcements, right? That's good. They're actually they're mind blowing, guys. They're actually amazing. So next Wednesday, we're hoping we can kind of break some news. That'd be cool as well.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that news is pretty big, like cross chain. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, the ICP stuff is wild. Yeah, 100%.
and having it all in one vault, that's big, right? So like,
Yeah.
let's just say, you know, he said EVM, so let's say Merlin was added to that, right? And then now you have like ordinals that are Merlin as well. The indexer will determine where it's at, but they could be in there along with like some of your Bitcoin native assets, or, you know, stacks in the future. It's just like, I think what, and tell me if I'm wrong, but what he's saying is like the future is pretty much like, you know, sky's the limit with that, you know, being able to have it all in house in one protected vault. So that's awesome.
Yeah, the future really is multi-chain. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of different blockchains within, you know, our crypto ecosystem. A lot of different catalysts from like ETFs and, you know, different specific innovations within each chain that I think there's not necessarily a chain that's, you know, going to come out on top, let's say, because there's a lot of different communities on every single chain. And we obviously value all of these communities. We value all of this ecosystem because that's the way we develop as a community. There's no Bitcoin without, honestly, the support of Ethereum guys. There's no ETH without the support of the Bitcoin guys. Even though like functionalities right now on Bitcoin is being enabled, including like Find DeFi by players like Tap. We just think essentially the community has to be a lot more supportive for us to advance and, you know, pass through a lot of legislations and obstacles as well.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I definitely agree. We were talking earlier about how Polkadot is very seamless between because Polkadot is you know, a 0, and then everything that lives on top is L1, but the trading inside is very seamless. Like if you want to go from chain to chain, it's seconds, and we were thinking that's possible on Bitcoin alone with meta protocols, right? So because obviously you have Tap and you have Runes and then you have, you know, BRC20s and stuff like that. It's going to get to a point where Bitcoin is kind of like Polkadot's layer 0, and all these meta protocols are kind of like the L1s that live on top. And then so seamless trading between, let's just say, Runes and Tap is going to happen, whether it's just being the wrapped version of that, or actually potentially maybe down the line with OpCat being able to actually use stuff very seamless. Yeah, exactly. So we're definitely excited for the entire ecosystem, and not on top of that, and on top of, and we're headed to chains like Ethereum and Solana, and we already have our side chains that are building that are very seamless already, like Merlin and stuff like that as well. So it's gonna be very you're 100% right. It's gonna be very chain, like,
interoperable.
Every chain, interoperable, definitely. So what else?
Yeah, yep, for sure. Yeah, it's exciting for. You want to respond to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I mean, I encourage everyone as well who's listening. They might be a developer, either reach out to us for like the Tap, but also look at ICP, because ICP really is a way to connect these various different blockchains and various ones together, and it's incredibly powerful. It is complicated, but their team is really helpful, and I'm sure if you guys are building something or looking to build anything with ICP, which is likely going to benefit like the Ordinals ecosystem and ICP itself, and I would reach out to them or reach out to us, and we can see how we can help as well.
Yep. Awesome. All right, well, let's get into these questions. We got about 13 minutes left. We could go over a little bit here, but I'm going to work from the bottom up because a lot of the questions have come out for you directly, or comments, right? Sure. So the first comment is Kai Effect. Our guy Kai has been a longtime member of the Ordinal Revolution YouTube channel. Says Traverse really takes the worry out of Web3 interaction. I've been a lot more nervous interacting since I started before. Yeah, and Kai is definitely one of those community members that has kind of had his ups and downs with some of the securities things, but now like it seems like he's got all that squared away, which is great. So that's awesome. And then followed up by Superfan, great builder in the Lambda, LR320, and I think there's maybe some other connections with DMT and stuff with Superfan's project. It says Traverse brings MFA to wallets. I already rely on 2FA in other parts of my life. Why wouldn't I want it for my wallet? I'm surprised we haven't seen this by now. Hats off to Abdul. It's a no-brainer. And this is coming from a techie guy, a dev guy, that knows his stuff. Believe me, like we've seen. So that's awesome. Ethereum Dev says he has his OG pass locked in the Traverse vault. Awesome there. But here's the first question, and it's from Yashir, and it says, one question for Mr. Abdul. Is it possible that in the near future we will be able to migrate our wallet to Traverse and have the wallet imported inside the Traverse labs?
You know, that is a great question, because that is definitely something we have the vision for. And I can tell you something like Coinbase's smart wallet, which was recently debuted, I believe, in around February, it could make this very much a reality. So yeah, we are going to start experimenting with. It wouldn't necessarily be migrating your wallet to Traverse, but it could just simplify even the wallet setup. So within Traverse itself, you can just set up your wallet directly, something similar to Coinbase's smart wallet, and create your vaults there as well. And at the same time, you could expect from us a lot of different integrations. And this is something that Traverse is working on. So within some wallets that are out there, could be a wallet related to Tap, could be just simply a Bitcoin wallet. Right now, there are talks between us and them about integrating Traverse directly into that wallets. So you would actually be able to create your vault there, set up your MFA there, and just simply not necessarily having to rely on our D app in order to access your vaults as well. And one other thing we do want to note is that we're working on bridges. So our solution for Traverse is not only for your wallet. At the end of the day, it's really a security solution for bridges, for a lot of different layer one app integrations within Bitcoin itself. And with multi-chain capabilities, it will expand even beyond that. So yes, a great question. And yeah, it's definitely possible, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, and Ethereum Dad, this is sort of a question for you as well, but kind of started towards Shizzy. It says, "Hey Shizzy, in your Adobe, my Emporium Bitmap Emporium is locked in a Traverse vault. Will I still be getting the airdrop for the unit, or do I got to send my Emporium back to my wallet?" So I think this question is more about the UNAT claim. And so with the UNAT claim, Bitmap Emporium announced that if you have a Bitmap Emporium ordinal, you get to claim the DMT. So in this situation, they would have to pull that out to a separate wallet during the claim process, claim that, and then they can put it back in, correct?
Yes, exactly. For claims, that is exactly the case. For airdrops, absolutely no issues. So you would be able to receive your airdrop within your vault directly. For any type of claim right now, that is the best option, especially if they give you like a certain time frame. If they say, for example, like the snapshot period is on June 10th, then ideally you would have that Bitmap Emporium within your wallet on June 10th, and then you would just get it back into your vault. So that way you wouldn't miss the claim.
Yep. So Ethereum Dad, I hope that answers your question. It's pretty clear cut. Just, you're going to have to put that out, send it out to the wallet that you're going to use to claim it. And then you can send it back right after just to resecure it. Shouldn't be much of an issue or any issue at all if you just do it really quick, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is the answer.
One last thing I do want to say is that there's an option that's very similar to delegate.cash for Ethereum. And it's something we're working towards for Bitcoin as well. So that way, for any type of claims, you wouldn't necessarily have to remove your assets from your vault. You could just delegate, in a way, the claim wallet. So that's something we could work towards.
Yep. All right.
Here's a statement that I just want to read because it makes my head big. But it says, "Shizzy is so refreshing listening to your experience on the Polkadot ecosystem. You are a true DeFi head." Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Chidi. He wins today.
All right. Mauricio Leal says, "What do you guys think about Blob?" So, Shizzy, Blob is number 2 in 24-hour volume. I think there's some connection with Epic airdrop. With that, there's artists behind this with some serious capital, it seems like. What are your thoughts on Blob?
Yeah, so holding the Blob gets you the airdrop for the Epic token. People are very bullish on the Epic token. I don't really know much about it. I don't own a Blob. Should I get one? Probably. It would probably be, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Honestly. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that these guys are pretty serious. We met one of the main advisors in NYC at the Frogs Party, and then again at Keep Up. And, he's been in the space for a while and he knows kind of these connections. So it seems like they're going to events. They're selecting some experienced people. So I think it could be a good play. I haven't kept track of what the floor price has been too much on Blob, but 130 sales.
Yeah,
130 sales for a while in the last 24 hours. So yeah, definitely not bearish or anything on it, but not like super bullish. So I would say, it could be a good play.
What about you, Abdul?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you have any?
for the blobs, I did want to say that I did see Binance actually take a screenshot of, you know, I guess the blobs. So that could be one of the reasons why there's an increase in volume there, right?
Interesting.
That's big.
Yeah. So, yep. That is awesome about our partners. You get alpha not just from us, you get it from our partners directly. Yeah, so that's awesome. Definitely keep my eye on that now a little bit closer.
Yeah, for sure.
Chidi says, Yagobi, could you, I would really appreciate if you can do a couple membership videos on how to trade on surf.one with the MACD and RSI in perspective. Yeah, I mean, I'll do at the, you know, I'll at least do like a pre-record for just members, and then possibly do like a you know 30-minute session of just a couple things. Guys, keep in mind I'm not like some advanced trader or anything like that. You know, but I know the basics at that high level.
Yeah.
I think that you should for a couple of these tools.
You've been killing it, bro. Stop it. Stop being modest. You've been just killing it on Surf One right now. He's very modest.
Don't tell anybody my ranking.
He's in the top 10 on Surf, and so I just let you guys.
There's not
know.
a bunch of. There's also not a bunch of. I mean, there is definitely increased volume, a good amount, but it's not like GMX levels or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
yes, you're killing it over there.
So I think like you know just you know cautiously introducing some tools and stuff like that would be something you know that we could do.
Yeah.
All right. Tim Madden says, anyone know where to claim? And I think he's talking about the Bitmap Emporium. I'm not sure. I would definitely follow Limitless though, because he posts update, and then follow the Bitmap Emporium. You know, if you're not following that, you know, you need to follow that first and foremost, the Bitmap Emporium Twitter account. But I think the confirmation post was just this morning saying that if you do 3 hours ago, if you do have a Bitmap Emporium, you will be able to claim one of their DMT items each.
Yazir actually helps out with that. He says you can claim the eligibility on their Discord.
Okay. Perfect. All right, this is a good one. Vaxzone says, how will you know when to exit runes? You can start off, Shizzy.
How do you know? I'm when Dog gets to like a $3 billion market cap, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to answer that? For me, it's all about timing. I think anything you're holding this year is going to be up next year. I would say for me, it's timing. I'm going to start getting out of things next August 2025. If you're holding something for short-term gains and you're up a lot, take your profit. But for me, I'm going to probably be holding my Dog until like I want to say next August. I think we have a 15-month bull run ahead of us, and I think that'll be towards the end of that super cycle that I think we've been in since January 2023. Yeah,
and I think that there's you know going to be multiple like little bull runs within runes, just like there was with BRC20s. And so I think the first indication that we're going to be close to toppy is the Binance listing announcement for Dog. Once that happens, if it does, which we're all pretty sure it will. Obviously, I'm not saying like right then and there, because you know that could push it another 500 million, right? But I think like you should probably have your antennas on at that point if you're thinking short term. Shizzy's long term timeline is I think pretty fair. Like next summer, you know, wish you have all these ecosystems. Depending on the space changes so much too, guys. Like that could change, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where my stance is on it. What about you, Abdul? Like, what do you think in terms of right now? Runes is the focus with fungibles. You know, Tap's getting some focus too, but I feel like it hasn't moved fully into the spotlight yet. It will have its time. But like from a perspective of someone that is dabbling in runes, do you have any perspective on it? Like when an exit, I guess, sign would be?
I really think it depends on your risk tolerance at the end of the day and your timeline. So those are the two most important things when it comes to trades. My background is, you know, in traditional finance, let's say. So I think I take the traditional finance approach, even for, you know, new innovations, new fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens, regardless of what they are. I think specifically for like Dog to the Moon, we have to recognize that the rune stone itself will also give you two other tokens.
That is
So
true.
Leonidas will really have to time this really properly, right? Because you don't want the liquidity to be taken away from Dark to the Moon to the stones for the people to then buy the stones and then maybe even put extra liquidity within the tokens themselves. So unless we see a lot more inflow of liquidity within the space to compensate for any type of liquidity that's being taken from Dark to the Moon and taken to the new tokens, I wouldn't expect new tokens from at least Leonidas' perspective anytime soon. In terms of the overall ecosystem, I think it's doing great. I mean, reaching all-time highs, and it's now on CoinList. It now shows up on like Coin Market Cap, sorry, in terms of their page of, I believe it was the top 100 tokens. So it's awesome. It's definitely a testament to really the ability of a native, or at least like Ordinals token, to actually reach these high levels, and conviction that we guys have in the space as well. So it's all good. It's all positive.
Yep,
100%.
I agree with all of that. That was a really good breakdown there. All right, we're gonna get through some of these a little bit quicker. Cash Cat says Bitcoin all-time high, yes, and dog hits a penny. Woo, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's right there. Dog hitting a penny. It's not far. We're at 0.0096 now.
That's right.
A penny's like 10%.
I was thinking of a dollar, obviously.
Oh, that's 100x from here.
100 billion.
$100 billion market cap.
But Leonidas obviously like posted a dollar sign or a picture of a dollar, was like dog to a dollar, but Claudio says let's LFG take off to the moon. Are you guys ready? Yagobi and Shizzy? Yes, we have been ready. We have our passports and our tickets. Tim Madden says Yagobi catching strays today. Yes, I have been, because I guess I look like Mr. Yin's son. Hey, I'll take that title. I'm proud of Mr. Yin being my. No, I'm just kidding.
He loves you, bro.
Hey, Mr. Yin, keep making me rich. I will claim that title. Let's see. All right, here's one. Can you tell your thoughts on the BAMP of Nakamoto dollar? I know we went into this a little bit already, and he says cook the mempool. So those two. Let's hit on the bank one kind of quickly, and then talk about cook as well.
Yeah, so Bank of Nakamoto dollars, I'm pretty sure it's Jack Liu's project. Jack Liu's been a figurehead for a while. He has had a number of projects come out with a lot of hype and fail. So I will say that. Am I going to be purchasing some of these Nakamoto dollars? Probably not. Will I be sitting in stablecoins on Bitcoin right now, backed by these tokens? Probably not. Not my thing. I'm hoping it does really well, because I think it's very needed in this space. But I won't be participating with my money. I will probably hold some Bank of Nakamoto, the ordinal, just because number go up, and I want a little bit of exposure. For Cook the Mempool, this is something that's still minting out. It has another 15 days. If I do get into it, it won't be till like 3 or 4 days before it finishes. But what about you, Abdul? Do you think? What do you think about Bank of Nakamoto?
Stable coins, as you said, are needed. I just don't think that it's necessarily like the best play right now, right? It's, I mean, there's a lot of other tokens that I think have a lot more play. There could be a lot more utility tokens coming up, especially with more infrastructure that's being built on runes themselves, right? I mean, even Ordinal Eggs, they just released something called RuneSwap. And I think there's a lot more players that are going to be releasing a lot more projects with a lot more actual utility tokens behind them. So we could see infrastructure really leading the way for utility tokens. And I just don't necessarily see the stablecoin play right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, the problem I have with it is, like you mentioned already, who's behind it, kind of, and the history of that. But hey, it's at $142 million market cap right now. So, but he's always been good at that, right? Like being able to get those market caps high. The thing that I just keeps me away from it is the fact that they messed up on the name, and it wasn't like double checked or triple checked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're going to create a legitimate like stable token in the Bitcoin ecosystem, you want eyes on double checking the name. At least, right? And that they're trying to play it off. And
I know they are trying to play it off now.
I'm just not buying it with that, right? So that's my take on that. And then cook the mempool. It could be like a sats play. Well, I don't think it's gonna do sats stuff, but like we'll see. the holder count does matter to an extent, but we've seen higher holder count stuff not take off as well. So
real quick, Bitcoin is moving right now, $7,650. It was just almost at 71.8. It's back down to 71.6 now. As I showed it, it starts dropping. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, 72.4 is that number in my mind. If we can get there, I think we'll probably have a good rest of this week.
What are you thinking, Raul? We hit an all-time high today?
Abdul.
I'm sorry, Abdul. Sorry, I got our someone else's name mixed up. But you got.
I think everything's possible. To be honest with you, I don't specifically like speculate about prices or try to input my own situation here when it comes to like any of these numbers. But yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, that is true. That's one thing that we all know. Anything's possible with Bitcoin in terms of like aggressiveness. All right, so. Well, man, what an amazing show. 336 people on a Wednesday, hump day. We got over that hump. Bitcoin just needs a little bit more to get over their hump. It's hump, and it looks like it's heading there. Let's hope that it does. And then tomorrow morning, we're talking about, maybe all-time highs. We'll see.
No, we will be. I'm putting my stake in the ground right here, guys. By the time we come on live tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we will be at all-time highs, and everyone's going to be sitting there. We're all going to be just over there just printing money, guys. I got this.
Oh, here it goes.
Printing money. We're printing money.
I know your wife asked you questions about that gun. No, I'm just kidding.
She did. She said, "Why do we have this?" But yeah, Abdul, man, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to next Wednesday. My one last question to you is: Ghosty a buy right now?
Ghosty is definitely. I really can't give financial advice, to be honest, because I'm not in the position to do so. So I do think that Ghosty is a really solid infrastructure play, and it's going to play a huge role within the TAP ecosystem, especially as an infrastructure partner. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to set you up for that. Are you bullish on Ghosty right now?
I am indeed. I am indeed bullish on Ghosty. I've spoken with their team a lot of times. So CryptoChew and Mr. Taxman. They're all awesome people. I know they put their holders and their community first, so that's definitely something that I am bullish on whenever I see in teams. So I would recommend taking a look at their price and seeing what they're building, because they're pumping out every single day. There's a new development on their X account. It's whether it's a new protocol being added for the swaps, their widgets, their APIs. I mean, really, no one does it like them. You don't see this amount of innovation coming out from a lot of other projects. So definitely 100%. Bullish on Ghost.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, my friend. We're looking forward to next week, and we got some. Hopefully, get those announcements rolling, man. Can't wait. Excited.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys for having me, and again, I appreciate everyone listening. And if you have any project that you want, maybe to look into the TAP ecosystem, or you're a builder and you're trying to connect with some projects within the ecosystem and see what other founders are building, hit us up and let's get you connected. And if you have any questions for us, just shoot them. Telegram, Discord, wherever you can find us, we'll answer them. So no issues.
Awesome. See you, friend.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Absolutely amazing as always, man. Shout out to Abdul. Sorry about that. I apologize. We have a meeting with Raul at 1, so those names are mixed around in my head right now. So, but
similar at the end too.
Yeah, a little bit. But guys, please go check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have it down here for you guys. Go check out Traverse. What they're doing. Open a vault. Just open a vault. That's all I gotta say. You don't gotta put anything in it. Just open it up. Just do the MFA, get everything set up. Just open it. You never know. One day you might be like, oh, I have that vault. I can use it right now because I remember you, Yagobi, you had an issue that one time where you thought something was wrong with your wallet and you're like, should I send stuff out? Having that vault then could have let me just send it to the vault. Let me just send it to the vault just in case. So just have that vault open, guys. Check that out. And check out other partners as well. Check out Verothium Dex. The mines now are bridgeable. I'm going to say that very, very quietly, but they're bridgeable. And then check out Fluid Tokens. Fluid Tokens is going to drop their decks on Friday, and we're very excited for that. Raul will be with us on Friday to kind of give you guys a full walkthrough of how their decks is going to work. And just so you guys know, let's just say there's a giant, giant stack of and one UTXO. So you want to buy dog, but it's like $15,000. You will able to buy one dog token for that exact price over on Fluid Tokens. So their deck is going to be absolutely amazing. Actually, very needed in the space. And our newest partner, Ordinal Hour, go check them out. Just check their Twitters and stuff. Their website isn't available yet, but it will be soon. And their launch will be probably within the next month or so. So we're excited for that. And yeah, I think that's everything, right?
Yep, that is everything.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, we OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Man, pool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.